White House officials just revealed a short time ago that Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel is resigning. The former Republican senator led the Pentagon for less than 2 years.
President Obama is expected to make an announcement in about 1 hour. Bill Plante has been speaking to his White House sources. Bill, good morning.
Good morning. The White House is at pains to portray this as not a firing, but by mutual consent. They say that the president and Secretary Hagel have been talking about this since October. Well, the fact of the matter is Hagel never really did fit in here. He came on board to help the drawdown of forces in Afghanistan to basically end a war. And now the United States is busy fighting another war, like it or not. And Hagel is not very comfortable with the way things are working. He doesn't have access as much as he would like to the White House team here. He feels, as he has told others, that he's fed up with the micromanagement that's going on. And he is not comfortable, and they're not comfortable with him. So you're going to have this announcement of a mutual departure and no successor today. We expect the successor, the White House says, in short order. It's likely to be one of the people who were mentioned when Hagel was nominated, like Michelle Flournoy, a former Deputy Secretary of Defense, Ashton Carter, an Undersecretary, and maybe Senator Jack Reed, who has combat experience, who's a Democrat senator from Rhode Island. But the fact of the matter is that this ends a chapter which was not very productive for either the White House or the Pentagon.
Bill, thanks. In an interview last week, we asked Hagel if he had the confidence of the president.
Then there are these stories that the president wants to change his national security team. He's looking at his last 2 years, and maybe he wants to change his national security advisor. Maybe he wants to change his Secretary of Defense. Maybe he wants to change other elements. Is that true?
Well, you'd have to ask the president. But
do you concern yourself with it?
No, first of all, I serve at the pleasure of the president. I am immensely grateful for the opportunity I've had the last 2 years to work every day for the country and for the men and women who serve this country. I don't get up in the morning worried about my job. It's not unusual, by the way, to change teams at different times.
So you would expect him to change?
I didn't say that. I didn't say I expect him to change. What I'm saying is it wouldn't be unusual to do that, first of all, historically. But second, I've got to stay focused on my job, Charlie, and I do. I am very fortunate that I have some of the best people in the world to work with. And whatever the president decides, he's the president. He makes those decisions.
Are you convinced you have the confidence of the president?
Well, I don't think I'd be here if I didn't, but you'd have to ask him that. I mean, I see him all the time, so...
He would tell you if he didn't.
Well, I would think so, yes.
You can watch the president's announcement around 8:10 a.m. Pacific on our digital network, CBSN, at cbsnews.com.
Very interesting to see that interview in light of what happened today.
Yeah, just 5 days ago, essentially, you asking him whether his job was on the line.
Very directly.